Today on Max Handy Gadgets, we're making a delicious spicy chicken and celery stir fry with mushrooms. So let's get started. To make our delicious spicy chicken and celery stir fry with mushrooms, we have one large chicken breast. It's about 1.25 pounds. We have a stalk of celery that we're going to slice up. We're probably going to use most of that. Back here we have 8 ounces of canned mushrooms. That ought to be good. Up here we have a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And over here we have a cup of baby carrots. Down here we have 2 green onions that we're going to slice up. And back here we have our seasonings. 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper, and a pinch of cayenne pepper. That ought to kick it up a notch. Okay, now all we have to do is start chopping up our celery and our green onions. Let's get started doing that. Okay, let's get some of this stuff out of our way. And we're going to go ahead and use our acetylene knife. It's a Santoku knife. Oh, you know what? I forgot to sharpen it. Let's do that. And we'll get our AnySharp knife sharpener. I forgot I was going to sharpen it before I started the video here, but let's go ahead and use it. We'll put it right here and we'll clamp it down. And we'll take our acetylene knife here, the Santoku, and we'll go ahead and sharpen it. We'll pull it through there maybe 3 times. Just like that, nice and light. Sharpen that right up. Okay, let's remove our AnySharp knife sharpener. It's got a nice suction cup on there. It won't move when you're sharpening your knives. Okay, that didn't take long to sharpen. So let's see how it does. That's pretty sharp. Alright, let's go ahead and cut the bottom off our celery. Right on through. And we're going to take probably most of these. We'll just go ahead and use that one and this one and a few other ones. Alright. Alright, we'll save some of the leaves for a garnish maybe. Okay, let me go ahead and wash these off and I'll be right back. Okay, let's get some of our celery here. And we'll just go ahead and, we don't want the leaves, but we could save them. They make a good salad. But we'll save maybe 1 or 2 for garnish. So we'll just go ahead and cut them off. And we'll save the big piece. And we'll take our leaves and we'll put them aside. And we'll cut this gnarly end off here. Then we'll just go ahead and cut these into strips. You can cut them in half again. Then cut them into strips. It makes it easier. Big strips, Julienne style, but bigger. And you can cut them in half again if you want. Just like that. Okay, we'll cut this one in half. Alright. We'll just go ahead and get this end right off. Alright. And we'll go ahead and slice it up. We'll cut it in half. And we'll cut it in half again. And we'll cut them in half. Okay, let's do another one. We'll go ahead and cut the end off here. And we'll save this piece. But we'll put the leaves aside. We'll cut that gnarly section off where everything kind of branches off. Okay, let's put them in a bowl. Okay, there's our celery all sliced up. Yeah, they look nice. Let's put them aside. Now we'll take our green onions and we'll cut the ends off. And we'll go ahead and cut that in half again. Okay, now we'll put them in a little glass. All right, okay, let's just go ahead and save a couple of these celery leaves for a garnish. And there we have our green onions. Let's put them aside. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slice our chicken. This is about a 1 1/4 pound chicken breast, and if you see any like bits of fat like hanging off, just go ahead and slice that off, like back here. Okay, you can see the grain to the chicken is sort of running this way, so we can go ahead and cut it on that angle across the grain. So let's do that. Try to cut it thin. Helps if you have a sharp knife. And the trick is to leave it in the freezer for a little bit so it stiffens up a little so it's easier to cut, which I didn't do. Now what you can do for these longer pieces, you can cut them in half if you want. So we'll just move the shorter ones out of the way and we'll spin this. And we'll cut these long ones right in half. Okay, now we're going to get a bowl and we're going to put them right in there. There you have it, our nice chicken. We'll put that aside for a minute. And we'll take our board out of the way. Okay, now we're going to bring back our chicken and we're going to make a nice marinade for this. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of water. It's about 1 ounce. And you want to mix that together. The reason why we add the water is because chicken, when it stir fries, sometimes dries out. And that's what makes it kind of tough. So we're using the water here to let the chicken absorb the water and moisture. Yeah, I can tell the chicken's already absorbing it because there's less water in the bowl. That's good. Just mix that in. Let that chicken soak up that water. Okay. Now to that we're going to add a tablespoon of oil. And to that we're going to add a tablespoon of cornstarch. And we're going to go ahead and mix that up. Now what the cornstarch is going to do is going to help tenderize it and make it velvety, they call it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, now we're going to let that marinate for about 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, let's put our chicken aside. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and make our spicy soy sauce mixture. We're going to go ahead and add our seasonings in there. 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of thyme, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and an 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Yeah, that ought to taste good. Alright, let's put that right in there. Okay, let's mix that up. Yep, this is going to add a ton of flavor to our spicy chicken and celery. Yep. It's going to really taste good. Okay, to that we're going to add a tablespoon of cornstarch. And we're going to mix that up. I would say beat it up, you know, with the fist, but we're going to just go ahead and mix it up. Yeah, you know what we're going to do now? We're going to start stir-frying our spicy chicken and celery with mushrooms. Yep. So let's get started doing that. That sounds good. Okay, let's set our burner to medium-high. And we're going to put some oil in the pan. And we're going to let that get nice and hot. Okay, our pan should be hot enough. Let's go ahead and take our nice chicken that we marinated and put that right in there. Now we don't want to overcook it. We're going to cook it maybe a little over halfway, and we'll take it back out. Okay, let's lower our heat. They're done. Let's get them out of there. Okay, well there they are, our beautiful chicken. And it's a little over halfway cooked, and it stays tender that way. So we're going to go ahead and put them aside for now, and we'll finish cooking them later when we add our vegetables. Okay, let's raise the burner temp to medium-high again. Okay, our pan's plenty hot. We're going to take 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, put it right in there. To that, we're going to add our celery. To that, we're going to add our baby carrots. Now we're going to lower our heat to medium, and we're going to cover them for about 2-3 minutes and let those vegetables steam a little bit. But we still want them crunchy, so keep an eye on them. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Yeah, they look good. Okay. Boy, you should smell the garlic in there. Okay, now we're going to add our 8 ounces of mushrooms. Yep, put that right in there. And we'll give them a stir. Okay, now we're going to add our chicken back in. Give that a little stir. Boy, that looks good. Smells even better. Yeah, it won't take long for the chicken to cook. It's almost done as it is. Okay, now we're going to add our chopped green onions. Not all of them, we'll save some. Okay, now we're going to add our soy sauce mixture with all our seasonings and the hot seasonings in there. But don't forget to mix it up because we got that cornstarch in there. I'm going to pour that right in there. And we'll lower our heat, give that a stir. Boy, that looks good. Look at that chicken. Beautiful. Okay, let's shut off our burner because that's done. All we need to do is plate that up and give it a taste test. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. Okay guys, here it is, our delicious spicy chicken and celery stir fry with plenty of mushrooms, plenty of chicken, and plenty of flavor. Yep. You know what we're missing? A little bit of sesame seed. We'll put that on there. Okay. Since we have plenty of celery in there, we're going to go ahead and put a celery leaf somewhere here. Let's just stick it here. All right, there you go. All right, that looks good. All right, now let's just have a little taste. Yeah, that sounds good. Where are we going? Look at all the chicken. Alright, let's try this piece right here. Okay, there you go. Look at the chicken in there and the celery and that carrot. Yep. Boy, does that look good. Yep, let's just have a little bite. Boy, is that tasty. It's just mildly spicy. It's not too hot. It's just plain delicious. And the chicken's so tender and moist. Yeah, just go ahead and make it that way because it's marinated for about an hour. Yeah, it worked out really good for us, that chicken. And the spices are just right. So that's good. And boy, there's a lot of mushrooms in there. And them baby carrots are done just right. And the celery is just a little crunchy yet. That's good. Look at the amount of chicken in there. Look at that. Can you see it? Look. Beautiful chicken there. Yeah. Okay guys, there you have it. Our delicious spicy chicken and celery stir fry with mushrooms. Yeah, you can't beat this. Everybody's gonna love this one. It tastes really good. And you know what would go good with that right there? A nice wobble pop. Yep, that sounds good. Okay, if you're enjoying these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good.